actually the title of my book says the art and science of eternal confidence. क्योंकि I realized confidence तो सब में है, ऐसा नहीं है कि लोगों में confidence नहीं, सब में है confidence. Even some
I have come to the realization that optimism and self efficiency are first cousins. Their mother, success, and resilience are sisters. Without optimism, meaning we expect a favorable outcome in any given situations, it's difficult to avoid paying confidence taxes. Hello and welcome to the Honest Talk by Freak Folks. I'm Harsh Pandey. For this particular session, we have with us very special guest, Dr. Shamoly Khera, ma'am. Dr. Khera is a confidence coach, public speaking mentor, and well known personality in the Indian media. She has had an illustrious career as a TV presenter internationally as well. Dr. Khera is the author of bestseller book Bedazzle, The Art and Science of Confidence, published by Bloomsbury. The book has created a buzz in the self-help space and has been internationally applauded for its enormous neuroscience insights put to practical use for the personal transformation. She is also the director at her content distribution company, One Take Media. So first of all, ma'am, I welcome you to in this session. Thank you so much for joining and agreeing to share your thoughts with us.
Thank you, Harsh. This is a pleasure. Thank you for being so patient and scheduling this. I know you've been trying since a while, and I always appreciate this kind of determination and grit. I do get, invites to speak, पर काफी बार ऐसे होता है एक बार बोल के once they realize that the person is busy, they don't generally follow. But I truly believe in the value of following up and reminding the other person that you exist and that this is important. So yeah, full marks to you. Thank you for getting me on board.
Thank you, ma'am. It's our pleasure too. So moving to the topic of today's session, which we have chosen is the confidence tax. Why it pays to believe in yourself? The confidence tax is a price when you pay you don't believe in yourself, your capabilities, talents, and gifts. And unlike the tax you pay out of your bi-weekly or monthly paychecks, there's no annual filing to recoup some of the money that was lost. I say money because you lose out financially when you don't believe in what you bring to the table. You pay confidence taxes when you don't negotiate, when you don't ask for the equitable pay, when you don't choose not to opt in from plus enterprise level project, on when you don't submit the proposal to six-figure opportunities. These are just few ways you pay the confidence tax over the course of your working lifestyle. Ma'am, it's a kind of request to you. Kindly explain to our viewers why is it very important to believe in yourself, your capabilities, talents, and gifts?
Well, first of all, I love the term confidence tax. Like you very rightly put it, it is absolutely essential to start in yourself. You're the first investment that you will ever make. And I think that's the best kind of investment. That is the kind of investment that will never fail, that will never put you down. काफी चीजें ऐसे होती हैं which are externally related. Sometimes you cannot control the opportunities or circumstances outside, but continuously believing in yourself just has its merits because you are always going to be rooting for yourself. Of course, we will go through our own ups and downs, but the reason why I wrote this book also, Harsh, is exactly for that reason, because I've realized that when the days are good, जब कुछ अच्छा चल रहा होता है हमारे साथ, our confidence is soaring, right? We are super happy, we are ecstatic, we are kicked कि everything is going as per plan, it's amazing, and those are like our best confident days. But then there are days where we see some sort of downfall, where we don't get acceptance, where our ideas get rejected, where something we've been working on has failed. That time, that week, that day, our confidence is super it dips down, like
Exactly.
it's just a low, it hits a low, and we start doubting ourselves. हम बहुत कम situations को doubt करते हैं, हम बहुत कम दूसरे लोगों को doubt करते हैं. सबसे पहले हम अपने आप को doubt करते हैं कि मैंने कुछ सही किया, जरूर मैंने कुछ गलत किया होगा, काश मैं ये 2 दिन पहले भेज देता मेल, काश मैं फोन पे बात कर लेता, शायद मुझे व्हाट्सएप नहीं भेजना चाहिए था, शायद मुझे इतनी सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं देनी चाहिए थी, या कितने सारे शायद आते हैं that make us doubt ourselves. And this is a big issue, and that's why you see the title of my book says the art and science of eternal confidence, क्योंकि I realize confidence तो सब में है, ऐसा नहीं है कि लोगों में confidence नहीं, सब में है confidence. Even someone who's at a running a small stall by the road is confident about the food he makes.
Right.
But if, let's say, 5 days people don't turn up, he's going to start doubting the quality of his food. He's going to start wondering what went wrong. So my search has been for eternal confidence, where even on the worst days, we should take it in our stride and be like, let me go ahead and try and make things right. Let me see what the issue is and let me give it some time. So I think, like you said, confidence is absolutely essential. Before other people believe in you, it is extremely important that we believe in ourselves first.
Right. Exactly, ma'am. I think you have very beautifully explained. And I'm sure the viewers, those who are watching this session, they are surely going to find us insightful as well as meaningful as well. Ma'am, my next question to you is, or first we need to understand, to be great or not to be great, the decision is yours. However, choosing not to release your billions, unlock the real you, and share your gift of the leadership will cost you money professionally and personally. Confidence, leadership, and success go together like eggs, flour, and milk for the cake. Confidence in yourself is the ability to stand firm and know you can rely on yourself to execute. Also, tips to maintain your confidence when condition is not in your favor, of course. Now it's a kind of request to you again. Please share some of your past experience and some of the tips with our viewers. How can they build their confidence when the conditions are not favorable?
Well, Harsh, it is a very, very valid question, because, like I said, conditions are not always going to be favorable, because then that's no fun and that's not life. We wish everyday things would go our way, but what I have realized is, I feel somewhere the need for this book has also come, and I want to share this with the viewers, is because I was one of those persons who was very easily affected by failures, was very easily affected by even first की जगह second prize क्यों आया है, first क्यों नहीं आया, I could have been first. So I've always been in pursuit of excellence, but I've also realized that just having talent is not everything. Your attitude towards success and failure is a very, very big determinant in how you're going to succeed in life, or if you will be happy in life, for example. So आपका question है हमेशा confident कैसे रहें even on the worst days, right?
Yes,
So
right.
I feel I'll share with you something very specific about the human mind. Human mind evidences पे work करता है. It works on previous proofs. It works on beliefs and evidences. So every time आप कुछ सही करते हैं, your mind concludes that you know this well. दूसरी बार आप उसे सही करते हैं, your mind concludes कि ये बंदे को ये आता है. Third time, fourth time. So at least 3 or 4 such events need to happen about that particular subject to gain confidence. So for example, if I write an article and it gets accepted, my confidence goes here. दूसरी बार मैंने लिखा acceptance मिला, it goes here. तीसरी बार इधर. Let's say 4th time rejection मिला, it will still just go a little down, right? But let's say पहली बार में reject हो गया, then my confidence is going to go down and down and down. It will never even reach here. So always remember that to prove to yourself, to prove to the mind कि मैं ये कर सकता हूँ, you have to create few successful events in that subject or in that particular event or subject, so that your mind starts believing that this boy or this girl knows how to do this. Now you'll always see me, even when I'm speaking, I always refer to you and your mind, because understand that mind has a very subconscious role. There are a lot of things that we do on autopilot. There are a lot of things जो are a part of our personality. But आप ये subconscious में changes ला सकते हैं, depending on where you want to go. So for example, some people have grown up thinking कि जैसे हो सकता है बचपन में they must have danced a couple of times and people laughed at them. 2 बार, 3 बार, 4 बार लोग हंस रहे हैं कि अरे आप कैसे नाचते हैं. by third or fourth, by the time it's 15, 16, 18, अगर couple of events ऐसे हो गए हैं, तो now he started to believe कि I'm a bad dancer. ये उसका belief बन गया है मन में, subconscious में, I'm a bad dancer. Now, if someone like that needs to change his belief, then he actively needs to work on creating at least 3 or 4 successful events where
Right.
he's proved himself to be a good dancer, either to himself or to outside, whatever works for his own sense of validation. So, ये चीजों पे ध्यान रखना helps a lot in making your confidence permanent. So, if I come back to your question, I would tell that person कि आप जब भी failure से go through कर रहे हैं, जब भी एक low moment से go through कर रहे हैं, always remind yourself of your past successes, of the last time you did that thing right. Of the last time that situation was in your favor, because understand हो सकता है इस बार भी आपने वो चीज सही की है, पर हो सकता है situation was not in your favor, or maybe someone else did it a little better than you, which is also a learning experience. So I believe that individuals can be very wonderfully independently inspired. यानी कि 4 लोग अगर आपको आके ना भी बोले यार you're very good, तो भी ठीक है, as long as you are there to tell yourself that ये मैं पहले कर चुका हूँ, ये मैं आगे कर सकता हूँ, सिर्फ आज नहीं हुआ है. So I feel that if you can build it internally in yourself, there is no stopping you.
Indeed, ma'am. I think this answer was meaningful on many levels. And I'm sure the viewers, those who are watching, they are surely going to find us insightful and meaningful as well. And my next question to you is, many people are still living someone else's vision of life instead of what they actually want. We have one life, and it's essential that we live each day in the best possible way based on what we desire, our ethics, passion, and the vision we have of living our lives. My question to you is, why is it important for one to realize his or her ambiguous thoughts about life?
Well, my last year, my TED talk was called How to Live an Extraordinary Life. Now, when I say how to live an extraordinary life, it can be anything. It can be some dream that you have seen. It can be some passion that you have. It can also be having a family. So a lot of people are under this misconception ki extraordinary life, successful, all of this is only when you are a great entrepreneur or a great writer or excelling in something. And all of that. Sometimes people have aspirations to grow a family, to have a loving wife, loving husband, take care of their parents, take care of their children, create a balanced life where they are also working and where they are coming back, where they have enough time to spend with family, right? So it's different for different people.
Correct.
Coming back to your question, I even said in that talk that each of us is unique, and this is such this statement has been said so many times, but I cannot underemphasize the importance of it, because क्या होता है अगर एक कोई मॉडल सक्सेसफुल हो गया, अगर जैसे कोई एक चीज सक्सेसफुल हो गई, जैसे कुछ साल पहले से ही अभी स्टार्टअप कल्चर आ रहा है, so everyone very excited, everyone wants to do a startup, everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, everyone wants an investment, and जब तक वो नहीं किया तो क्या किया, so everyone is now wanting to jump in that train. So understand that maybe it's great, maybe it's inspiring you the right way, or maybe you're just getting flown in a trend that's current, but maybe that's not what your calling is. So again, for me to understand this deep deep reflection is extremely important, to understand कि आप में वो एक क्या खूबी है जो आप सब चीजों से बेहतर करते हैं और आपके लोगों के से बेहतर करते हैं. So there must be definitely one thing that you do best amongst all your talents, and that you do better than most people around you. That is something that you should keep working on. And I truly believe, I don't know, maybe I'm a bit old world about this, or maybe I romanticize the idea that every person is born to have that one passion, or to be something in their life, or to excel in one field. When I say this, I remember how Yash Chopra had this thing of हर लड़की के लिए एक लड़का बना है, उन्हें सिर्फ मिलना जरूरी है, सिर्फ मिलना रह गया है. So I feel like that about finding your passion. हर person के लिए एक passion बना है, आपको बस उसको मिलना जरूरी है. You just need to find it. So I feel until that deep reflection doesn't happen, even if your talent is you love listening to people, that can also be something. You could be a great therapist, or there are so many careers that require you to listen, or maybe you will just be a great empathetic leader, or maybe your family will be very lucky to have you. Maybe in your extended family you will be the person who is solving everyone's problems because you're such a great listener and such a great advisor. So it can be anything. It's just about realizing what that one thing you do really well and keep at it till you really excel at it.
Right. And there's one more thing, as we have seen now, our life is so much influenced by the social media and all. Our daily life have been digitalized, tracked, and tied up in matrices. Our real selves have split into online avatar and profile picture and status updates. A virtual life is sunny and bright. It's where you post your prettiest picture and tell all your best news. But is it healthy? And most importantly, is it real?
You tell me, is it healthy and is it real? I think the way you've asked the question, you pretty much answered it for yourself.
No, actually. So, just
Yeah.
what we have observed is that people commonly get a misinterpretation that he is doing very good in their life, and they actually get so much influence that they start all day talking and thinking about. So, is it actually healthy or real? Is it good?
Well, social media has its own boons and its own disadvantages. It is completely on how you decide to utilize it. I agree with you. To a certain point, it can be damaging because everyone wants to make sure, or I won't say people deliberately try to portray a perfect life. It's just that we like to share the happy moments, but we will not share the times when we are crying, when we are low, when things don't go our way. There are very few genuine influencers or genuine people who are okay to talk about their failures. And that also requires a lot of courage and gut and security, to put up your pictures which are not touched up, or to just put up pictures where you're not even dressed up, where you're just say in tracks, but because that person is very comfortable with it, which is great. But of course, there is, a section to the society that is just that is, let's say, fashion influencers. Now, that's their job to do that. That's their job. They are doing paid partnerships. They are working hard to make reels. That's like how someone else would go to office.
Yeah.
That's Instagram is their office. So, they kind of need to turn up every day, post new videos every day, and make sure they remind people. So, travel bloggers, the way they post, everyone aspires that, oh, I wish,
Of course,
I
they are
could
doing
travel
very
like that. But correct, but that is also, it has its own partnerships where someone is paying them to go, and it's not like they are only dipping their feet in the sea and having a cocktail or a mocktail. They are shooting all day, they are editing, they are figuring what are the right spots I should show. So it is a tough life. I feel we should really use social media to our discretion whenever we feel overloaded, overwhelmed कि बहुत देख लिया है या बहुत affect कर रहा है. We should totally have a timeout for ourselves where we don't use social media. At least have that kind of self-discipline and self-restriction. And on another note, social media is great to reach out to some great talent, great creative people. आप कितने amazing लोगों को रोज discover करते हैं who are so talented, and you realize that you are just a percentage, in this amazing world out there. So of course things have changed, because yesterday we could only see जो television choose करता है हमें दिखाने के लिए, जो broadcasters channels choose करते हैं. आज ऐसा नहीं है. आज अगर आपके पास फोन है तो आप भी अपने थॉट्स शेयर कर सकते हैं, आप भी अपने व्यूज शेयर कर सकते हैं, ट्विटर पे आप बातें कर सकते हैं with anyone. You can reply and have a conversation with them. So there are a lot of boons, but yes, I feel we should not use it as a one-sided, we should just not consume content all the time. I always say consume less, create more. अगर आपको इतना अच्छा लगता है सोशल मीडिया पे रहना, तो create कीजिए content. And it need not be about dresses. If you like reading, write about books. If you like watching or binging shows, write about the shows that you like to watch, or just share information about what you feel very strongly about. So I feel it's both ways. For example, when I was writing my book, I had to be extremely sure that I'm not spending too much time on social media, because that's how it's designed. आप बैठते हैं और you don't realize, जब 15-20 मिनट निकल गए, and you're just lost in that whole web of tweets or blogs, or even emails for that matter. So I think self-discipline is the key. A lot of it, to answer your question, is this real or virtual? A lot of it is depends on who's posting it. Some people are very real. I'm discovering accounts jahan log are being very open about the fact that they were fat shamed, about how they were how they're uncomfortable with certain clothes, how they've accepted their femininity, how they've come out of a divorce, and people are being open. So it's very encouraging to watch such people. And there will always be people who want to portray a perfect life, because you know what, maybe that's what is making them happy, because they want to think that they have a perfect life. So whatever works for you to get better sleep is absolutely okay.
All right, ma'am. I think my next question to you is, I think we have already covered this, but we haven't actually coined this term called imposter syndrome. Everyone experiences imposter syndrome at one point or another. It's that pattern you find yourself in where you doubt your skills, talents, or accomplishment, and it's persistent. You fear being exposed, feeling like folks will find out you aren't as brilliant, amazing, and fantastic as they thought. Ma'am, it's a kind of request to you. Please share some tips to deal with such kind of syndromes. And when anyone suppose anyone is suffering from such kind of syndromes, then how one can rediscover him or her, or means his or her.
I know a lot of people who go through imposter syndrome even when they are, and it happens during the time of success, when they, let's say they're receiving an award, or they have been shortlisted for some extremely important, essential title. That's when they start wondering, do I deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? And it is absolutely normal. The fact that it's been named into a syndrome is very scary. I would put that under low self-belief, or just that moment of self-doubt, which we should quickly get past within a few seconds, within a few minutes, or within 30 minutes. We should not spend too much time on it, because who decides if you're worthy of the opportunity or no? You decide if you deserve it. You decide if you have put in that much hard work, and maybe that's what's landed you there. So for imposter syndrome, I would just say, don't dwell into the fact or into the thought of, do I deserve it? Think for a minute that, do you want this? Do you want this title? Do you want this award? And honestly, if इतने सोचने के बाद अगर आपको लगता है आप डिजर्व नहीं करते हैं, तो go ahead and just tell them you don't want it at this time in your life, or you will want it maybe next year, or you will come back to them, because taking it and being at a time in your life where you feel you don't deserve it is not the most happy occasions. More than that, I do want to just tell more women and men. I feel women kind of have been in research shown to feel more of the imposter syndrome, because they have this drive for perfection and excellence in everything they do in general. So they constantly feel that they are a few skills or talents shorter than what the requirement of that position is, or that title is. So they doubt it more, and they go through imposter syndrome more. But I would tell you that if you have worked this hard, I'm sure you put in some amount of effort. I'm sure maybe luck has fallen into your place, or maybe you have made your hard work and luck fall into place, that this opportunity has come to you. I would definitely suggest people to never walk away from such opportunities that feel too good to be true. ये तब होता है ना जब कुछ बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है हमारे साथ, और जब out of your imagination, या आपने बस सोचा और ये कुछ महीनों में हो गया, या आपने बस ये सोचा और it's just happened, so you're like, how did this happen, or why me? ऐसे कैसे हो गया, कुछ गलती हुई होगी उनसे. So I feel we should just brush these thoughts aside. I would also say कि अगर आप में इतनी courage है कि आपको टाइटल को एक्सेप्ट करके फिर अपने आप को प्रूव करें, that is also a great trick, because you're at least not losing that opportunity, because we don't know if this is going to come back. We don't know if the recruiters or the award givers or whoever it is will feel the same the next year, because there will be other people, there will be other people who may also deserve it. So when you get it, if imposter syndrome hits you, still go ahead and do it, because sometimes performing is your best way to shoo away imposter syndrome. That's what I would tell them.
Indeed, ma'am, it was really a very wonderful answer on many levels. And also, ma'am, I can say there's a lot more to learn from you, but today I don't want to take too much of your time. So moving to my last question of this session, actually, I'm just seeking a kind of advice what will be one piece of advice would you like to offer to all the viewers who are watching this session? What will be one piece of advice would you like to give to all the young millennials?
I don't know, there is so much that you could tell them. I think young millennials already get a lot of advice, and they should, there are a lot of times, a moment where the first thing that comes to your mind is follow your heart and follow your passion. But I generally say follow your heart, but make a logical plan about it. So just don't be blind about, मुझे ये बहुत पसंद है, मैं ये करने वाली हूँ, even if my parents don't listen to me. This is just, at that time, the drive, the fire that we have, that we are okay with oppositions and we will still go ahead and prove it. So have a passion or follow it or be curious about it and create a logical plan for it, and also have a timeline that if I do this, if it doesn't work till then, what else am I going to do? Or until this works, what am I going to do? Because as a smart millennial, you have got to have your finances planned, you have got to have your relationships planned, you've got to just know the basic answers. I'm not saying कि आप एक Excel बनाइए about your job, your marriage, when you're planning to have babies, none of that. But at least a sense of timeline of what is it in terms of achievement that you're looking at. What do you want to pursue and how do you want to go about it? So passion with a plan, my advice.
Right, ma'am. Again, it was a very wonderful advice from your side, and I think those who are watching, they are surely going to take it as a positive advice. I think not only I think, but I do strongly believe this. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining and giving your important time. It was a kind of healthy conversation with you over the topic. We look forward to conduct more such sessions with you in future.
Thank you, Harsh. Thank you. This was a wonderful opportunity to speak and share, and I had a great time. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, ma'am. Same here. Thank you so much, ma'am.
On the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan. It's so cold outside, I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside, I'm alone.